Welcome to Robot Wars, where over the last 6 heats and 2 semi-finals, 36 robots have been battling each other, the house robots and the arena hazards. The house robots have witnessed some of the most memorable fights we've ever seen. Now only the toughest 4 robots have survived the perils of the arena, and after today, 1 robot will be crowned Robot Wars Grand Champion. Challenger, reigning champion, can they become the first robot in history to defend the title? But hunting them down are 3 other fearsome robots. After weeks of the toughest, most hazardous, arena-smashing battles ever witnessed, tonight we will finally crown a Robot Wars 7th Wars Grand Champion. Welcome to the Grand Final. But this is only half the story. Because tonight, for the first time ever in the arena, we have no time limit. That's right. Our robots will have to fight it out to the bitter end in order to get through to the finals and lift the trophy. It's going to be brutal, it's going to be painful. So without further ado, let's introduce our 4 finalists.
From Poole Dorset and reigning champion, Challenger.
Can Challenger rise to victory once more, as we saw it in the last wars, defeat all comers including Revolutionist and Cassius too? Nothing as of yet has stopped this robot from progressing to the next round. It stunned us all in the last wars, and it's done it once again. Its road to the grand final for the 7th Wars has been sensational. Who can forget the biggest ever flip we've seen in the wars against Bots and Pieces, to of course defeating once more a previous champion, Storm 2. All eyes are on Challenger, so no pressure there then.
From Bristol, Thor the Second.
A bit of a fairy tale has Thor 2. We saw it all the way back in the 2nd Wars, 3rd Wars and 4th Wars. Didn't quite live up to the potential compared to when it was resurrected for the 6th Wars. They had an amazing tournament last time around, coming 4th place. Can they do one better? They have the potential. This is one of the most damaging weapons in the wars at the moment. The best axe bot out there. But can the gods guide this great robot through to first place?
From Bradford, Disco Inferno.
Waltzing all the way to the finals once more, Disco Inferno is a national treasure. It made its first appearance all the way back in Series 2, and since then, it's torn up the war zone. This could be their year. And House Robots, be aware. It has been in hibernation though since the 4th Wars, but I think we can all agree it's been worth the wait. They've had an amazing run in the 7th Wars. Who can forget that immense fight against Behemoth, and of course defeating the fancy BattleBots, and Thor 2, remember?
From Nottingham, Revolutionist.
But do not rule out this robot. It has twice lifted the crown. Since the 1st Wars, it has absolutely decimated its opposition. There has been no robot like it to ever grace the arena. Upon its return in the 6th Wars, they didn't let up. This is the robot to watch, and this is a potential hat-trick for this most famous robot. Once more, it has put up such a fight in the 7th Wars. It has even beaten the champion. What could stop Revolutionist? And who is going to win this as they all fight for the crown? We can now reveal the lineup for the grand final. And what a lineup we have! Grudge match coming up, Revolutionist versus Thor 2, but first, it's the champions versus Disco Inferno. Straight knockout, the winner goes straight through to the final. But what a first fight we are in for.
Robots, stand by.
Overseeing our knockout fight is Dead Metal. And the bully, that is Shunt.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
And this is it. Remember, we have no time limit at all for the final fights. This is going to be so extreme. I can't wait to see the outcome from this 5-course challenger now. The reigning champion. We know what it's done already on top of Disco Inferno. Could they be on their way to another grand final? But Disco Inferno has been so impressive throughout the wars as they bounce off the arena perspex sheet in dramatic style here. Oh, there goes the weapon! There goes Challenger's weapon. It has just been ripped off. What an attack here. This is unbelievable. It was on its side. Look at that. Nearly out the arena. It bounced back into the arena. If those perspex sheets weren't there, Disco Inferno would have been out. It would have been such a quick fight. So glad it wasn't, though, because look, then they came in and simply tore off the weapon. The champion's weapon, Challenger's weapon, is no more. Bits are coming off, and the flip's gone over, and now Disco Inferno's got itself tangled in towards the floor flipper here now. What's it doing? It's going back in. It's got in. What's going on here? This, I don't think, is meant to be in the rules. It's not in the script here, Disco Inferno. It's got impaled here on an arena hazard.
Cease.
Well, cease has been called. What happens now? I have no idea. All will be confirmed. What a dramatic and explosive way to kickstart the Eliminator fights. Look at this. It all happened so quickly. Yes, Challenger flipped Disco Inferno. They were so unlucky with the flips because I think they would have done the damage and got Disco Inferno out the arena. But then they came in. They came in together. They came in face to face and the damage was done. But then it all happened here. Look, Challenger flipped over Disco Inferno. The floor flipper didn't actually go back down when it should have done. And in doing so has caused damage to Disco Inferno and led Disco Inferno down and out.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Well, we pick up the fight from where we left off. It's as simple as that. Disco Inferno, little flip, a little dance and a party trick, and it's upended as it's self-destructed already. As we restart the fight, look at this, it bounced off the arena floor and it lifted up. This is the power of Disco Inferno's disc for this series. But remember, Challenger have no flipper. They can't do anything. Oh, what a slam that was. That was painful. Disco Inferno slamming in towards the arena barrier there. Now, Challenger, I really don't know what it can do. It's been flipped up and over again in towards the house robots. Shunt is closing in with his axe. You do not want to stay there for too long. Challenger is upended, and I don't think Challenger can do anything. Well, it's been flipped up and over and back onto its wheels by Disco Inferno, and half of it's just been ripped off and out the arena it goes. This is going to be it, I think. Are we in? Look at that piece. I don't know where that's gone. The champions are in all sorts of trouble. Are we in for the biggest shock of the night so far? The downfall of Challenger. But look, once again, Disco Inferno has been flipped. And who is Refbot here coming in to count out? He's thinking about it. He's thinking about it. He's coming in to count. Is that Challenger? Are the champions going out? It looks like it. Out they go. The champions have been defeated by Disco Inferno. It wasn't a clean win, really. It wasn't spectacular from Disco Inferno, but I think they have just knocked the champions off the top spot, despite suffering a setback early on by flipping itself from the arena floor, really. The disc bounced. And this was it. I'm stunned. The champions are no more. We will have a new champion for the 7th Wars. They have not been able to retain and hold on to their crown, and this is beautiful because now Disco Inferno are through to another grand final, despite ending on its side. And there is the confirmation. What a fight that was. I am in shock. Challenger, the champions out. Disco Inferno. Oh, what a plucky, courageous performance that was. But next it's Thor and Revolutionist. And just so I can get my breath back, let's just rewind to the 6th Wars. As of course, it was at the grand final stage, the 3rd place playoff, where Revolutionist conquered the arena once more and got the 3rd place on the podium. Thor 2, such a great performance. It did actually go to a judge's decision from this flip here. But Thor, unfortunately, lost the decision. Can the tables turn, and can Thor do one better? Or can Revolutionist make it through to another grand final? This is so thrilling here. I can't wait for this fight.
Robot teams, stand by. 3, 2, 1.
Remember, no time limit as Thor comes in with the slam first onto Revolutionist. Now then, the disc has actually lifted Thor up and over as it comes in to slam against the arena barrier there. This is going to be such a good lineup for the grand final. Either robot here, Thor of course, will be in new territories if it does get through, and of course Revolutionist, if they get through to another final, it'll be, I can't believe I'm saying this, it'll be their 5th grand final out of 7 wars. This is the beauty and the destruction that this robot has caused over the years, which has got it to that final fight on 5 previous attempts, and at the moment is on its way to a 5th grand final stage as Thor now is on its side. It can self-right from there. Now, has Revolutionist actually damaged Thor? I think it has, you know, and another bit's flowing off now. It's on towards the spike pit, and you're again shunt as well, and in comes that devastating disc on Revolutionist. Such power behind this disc. I think it's one of the most powerful displays we've ever seen. But look, Shunt getting all the close-up gory details now. Thor, the gods are not with Thor at the moment, as Revolutionist is just toying with it. It's coming in and it's trying to get rid of that loose bit of armour that we can see on the side, on the back, should I say, of Thor 2. Once more coming in for the kill. Has Thor 2 as it spins. Being knocked unconscious as Revolutionist once more comes in. Refbot is coming in. He is looking at Thor. Is that weapon on Thor working? Is Revolutionist here about to win? As it slams in towards the button and it's activated the Pit of Oblivion. Thor now trying to use that weapon. I don't think it can get out. And off goes the whole back of Thor 2. Look at this slam from Revolutionist as it came in. A whole chunk of armour has just been peeled off. Thor 2, you know, this is some armour they've got on the back there as Revolutionist ricochets off the button and nearly onto the flipper there, as now Thor 2 is in a bit of trouble now. Look at this, they've lost half of their armour, they're stuck in towards dead metal, and now they're on their back up and over. Has this been too long though, I reckon? Has Thor really run out of gas, and should they really have been coming in and counted out? Oh, it's controversial once more in the arena, because has Thor been on its back for too long? Having said that, what can it do to come back? Remember, it does not go to a judge's decision. Thor are going to have to dispose of Revolutionist somehow, and they nearly, very, very nearly did in the pit. Now, that really would have been controversial. Thor, I think, is on borrowed time here, as Revolutionist comes in once again. And off goes the weapon. Well, if you thought it was controversial, I think it's a one-way ticket really for Thor, as it comes in once more, the disc of doom and gloom, and Shunt has just placed Thor's axe into the Pit of Oblivion. A little bit jealous, because maybe Shunt has a slightly lesser weapon than Thor, but look at that power from Revolutionist once more. Oh, and there goes a whole side of Shunt! Goodness me, Revolutionist being as cheeky as ever has just completely destroyed one half of Shunt. Look at this attack. This was insane as it came in on the side. Goodness me, Revolutionist, I could serve you attack, because you could seriously cause yourself damage here as it gets flipped over. And I think it has. Look at that. It's bounced. Something's come off Revolutionist as again it ricochets and bounces off Shunt's shovel there. And now Shunt is getting all sorts of revenge back onto Revolutionist. As now, look at this. Refbot's now coming in to give Shunt a yellow card, even though it wasn't really the house robots doing, really. Revolutionist was in the wrong there as an illegal attack, I think, on Shunt. It's great to see, though. We've seen it before in the past. Once ripped an entire body panel off dead metal. Veterans will remember that fight in the Fourth Wars as Revolutionist once more comes in. Oh, well, it's come off. This has to be it for Thor. This has to be it. What a fight this has been. Refbot finally coming in to count out. Well, it is now time for Thor to go out. And what a display from Revolutionist. What a final we've got. What a final. It's going to be a repeat of the Third Wars Grand Final, Disco Inferno Revolutionist. But for now, it's Thor 2 battling once more for third place. What a flip. And the house robots in pieces. Shunt is in all sorts of trouble there. Revenge I think, Revolutionist, you've been marked. Your cars have been marked, but look at this. Revolutionist never let up. It never let up. Such the consistency of this robot throughout the 7th Wars. This is going to be one heck of a final now against Disco Inferno. Oh, I can't wait. We saw Thor in all sorts of trouble. Yes, should have been counted out beforehand, I think, but it's great. I'm so glad that the match carried on, even though Thor had no chance of surviving. And look at that ricochet off the tyre, nearly onto the floor flipper, before the whole weapon of Thor came off. This is the power of the number 3 seeds. Revolutionist one step away for achieving the treble as Thor is silenced and the gods cease. And Revolutionist marches on. This is confirmation. We have Challenger and Thor in the losers playoff for 3rd place. As we can see here, what a fight. Can Thor maintain 4th position, or can it do one better? Or can Challenger, the ex-champion now, come on top? Here we go.
Robot Eagles, stand by.
In the arena, overseeing the 3rd place playoff, it's Sir Kill-A-Lot. And along with Sir Kill-A-Lot, it's Dead Metal patrolling.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
What a fight. Already, both robots so worthy of 3rd place. Of course, Challenger dethroned Thor. Can it gain a seed here? Or will it maintain its 4th position as Challenger now flips and tips and tries to salvage some sort of dignity as it got completely annihilated in the last round? At the moment, it would appear so, as now we can see Kill-A-Lot. Oh, goodness me! What a flip! And that is landed on Kill-A-Lot's claw in the most painful of positions. Kill-A-Lot now coming in for the kill. Challenger looks on. I don't think Kill-A-Lot. I think it's stuck in the grasp of Sir Kill-A-Lot there as it comes in for the kill now. Look at that. Kill-A-Lot raises Thor in the air. What can it do? I think it's about to over-tip. Look at that. The claw just in the right place at the right time, and a great flip from Challenger as now Kill-A-Lot looks to me like he's overbalanced, so we're going to see Kill-A-Lot tip here. Goodness me, what can Kill-A-Lot do? Oh, goodness, look at this. It's all happening in that corner patrol zone. Challenger is in the background there, you can see. I'm not sure what it's doing, but all the focus here is on Kill-A-Lot, and it's about to be tipped over. This will be the first time ever that Kill-A-Lot will be tipped and flipped. Oh, it's so close to doing it. This was unintentional, of course. As now Kill-A-Lot once more overbalanced. And now can Challenger take advantage? Can Challenger take advantage and flip Kill-A-Lot over? No, it can't. It tried so hard, but in doing so close to tipping Kill-A-Lot over. The biggest machine it's attempted before in the heats to flip Kill-A-Lot and failed. Can it come in and finish Kill-A-Lot off? I'm not too sure. Kill-A-Lot is on some sort of warpath here as it comes in. Listen to the screech. The screech of Sir Kill-A-Lot. I'm not too sure what that is. I think Kill-A-Lot's broken down. It's broken down in the worst possible place for Thor because it's just parked on top of Thor. I think Kill-A-Lot's been immobilised in all sorts of trouble. I'm not sure what's going on. As now Challenger comes in to try and flip to Kill-A-Lot. It's trying so hard. I think it's run out of gas. And now Thor bashes onto Kill-A-Lot's head. He won't like that. He's definitely immobilised there because now Dead Metal is coming in to try and rectify and salvage the situation and make some sense of it all as Challenger now comes in once more for the flip. Thor is in all sorts of trouble here now. What can it do? It needs to get itself away from the arena. It's tipped over once more against Kill-A-Lot and out over the fence. What a flip! What a flip that was! It was over the perspex sheets as well. What a fight! What a 3rd place playoff battle that was. That was the flip that triggered Kill-A-Lot's claw to be in the right place at the right time. From then on, it really was so messy. Thor had no chance of getting out because Kill-A-Lot couldn't get Thor out. And of course, Challenger took advantage by that cheeky back flip there. That was brilliant to see against Kill-A-Lot. Freed Thor, but then this happened. Don't know where this flip came from, but it worked. Just flipped Thor out the arena. What a fight that was. That was one of my favourite fights of the whole series so far. That is brilliant. Such a good fight. Just out the arena. And Thor maintains 4th position. Challenger third place. Confirmation. Thor maintains its 4th seed. Challenger down 2 places. Hope to see them both back very soon. But now it's come to this. This is the final we've been waiting for so long. And we've got it. It's Revolutionist, the 3rd seeds versus Disco Inferno. What a grand final this is going to be, as they are playing, of course, for honour and a spot at the top. Now we have to go back all the way to the 3rd Wars, where they met in the grand final. Veterans, of course, you will all remember what happened. Revolutionist ripped off Disco Inferno's disc in dramatic fashion, and that was it for the disc. Revolutionist, of course, went on to win the fight and the championship. Will history repeat itself, or are we in for a brand new champion? It doesn't get any better than this last fight of the series. And what a fight, and what 2 robots to have in the final. It's Disco Inferno versus the 3rd seeds Revolutionist. And in the arena for the final, we have Shunt, Dead Metal, Sir Killalot, and Matilda. It's crunch time. Here we go.
Robot team, stand by. 3, 2, 1.
The cream has risen to the top. The best 2 robots meet for one last time as Disco Inferno gets its disc up and over and flips. Revolutionist up and over, and in doing so has caused damage to itself. Look at this, we've seen it before in the wars where it flips and in doing so bounces. It's doing a bit of a waltz and a disco dance under the spotlight of the arena, and Disco Inferno once more coming in. It can self-right from there. The wheels are in the back, of course, very changed. The design has changed immensely. It might not seem it, but it has. And again, Revolutionist in all sorts of trouble. It's been self-righted by its old Robot Wars pal in the arena. You should say pal, really. They've so much history between these 2 robots is unbelievable, and they meet in the final. Can you believe this? The Pit of Oblivion has been opened. Another obstacle to dodge as they come in now for another kill. Now Revolutionist here has got a grapple, has got a grasp here on the Disco Inferno as it now comes in for the kill. What can we see here from these 2 amazing destructive robots? It's the vertical flywheel versus the horizontal flywheel, and remember, there is no time limit, so we play until there is a clear winner. This could go on forever. It's really could. Nothing wrong with that at all, but Disco Inferno now in trouble from the house robots. Dead Metal now closes in with his saw, and now Disco Inferno is on its side. It needs to get itself away from that position, otherwise it's going to be all over too quickly. It is skirting that CPZ with Shunt. Get yourself away from there. Disco Inferno now is in all sorts of trouble. What has happened to the disc? Is the disc stopped? It seems to be stopped. No, it's come back onto life. There we go, and in it goes again. Now, Revolutionist, can it get its disc working? It seems to have stopped as well. So close towards that bit. No, they're both activating the disc once more, and another disco dancing with waltzing, and again, Disco Inferno in all sorts of trouble. They have been slaughtered and smashed into submission. Look at this. Disco Inferno has been dancing for far too much here in the arena. Look at this. It came in, it wobbled, it danced, and then Revolutionist came in for the killer blow. It's like a repeat of the 3rd Wars final. Look at that. It teetered and tried to get itself back onto its feet, and then Revolutionist took advantage and came in for the killer blow. That is it for the disc, but technically they can still, in the new design and the body, they can still technically run. And furthermore, Revolutionists can't actually get to the body of Disco Inferno. So until Disco Inferno is immobilized, or until the motors burn out, Disco Inferno is still a threat. And Dead Metal, even though it's not got its disc here, but Revolutionist here now on top and on its way to a third title in the wars. Can it achieve the hat-trick? This would just be history in the making. This would be unprecedented. This would be the icing on the cake for what has been an astonishing wars. We have seen so many great fights. We have seen so many shocks, so many records, so many twists and turns, and it's not over yet, not by a long shot, as Disco Inferno is quite clearly saying, you're not done with me yet, I'll be dancing to you into the night. And Revolutionist once more is being now pushed in towards the house robots, and Sir Killalot then briefly came into play there. Oh, and it's very nearly on the edge. It's on the edge of the pit. Killalot now comes into play and hoists Disco Inferno above the disco lights in the arena as once more Revolutionist Disc comes in for the kill. Oh, goodness me, it's over. Oblivion there. Kill-A-Lot has to place Disco Inferno down, though. Oh, it's been off balance once more. Kill-A-Lot. Oh, look at this. Against the arena, Spike Pit raises. Oh, and another scuttle across the arena floor, now in towards Shunt's corner. Goodness me, Disco Inferno is being thrown all over the arena. It really is dancing all over the place. Revolutionist once more coming in. Shunt coming in once again. I think, Disco Inferno is immobilized. Look, it's been flipped by the floor flipper. Back in towards House Robot. Shunt. And of course is now adding insult to injury. Look, they are just... The trophy is so close to them, yet so far, as we can see it gazing in on them from the Perspex sheets. Look at this, Shunt now coming in. Oh, it's all sorts of trouble. What on earth's gone on there? Shunt's got in underneath the floor flipper, and in doing so, they've not repaired the damage caused by Revolutionist. Shunt is in all sorts of problems there against the floor flipper. Goodness me, the drama. Even though we can see Revolutionist on top, the drama still continues. Shunt's axe misses Disco Inferno, but then, I don't know how it happened, the floor flipper, I think it's just been split into two there. Repairs are going to have to be done for that. And another bit comes off Disco Inferno. Oh, well, technically they are still mobile. So we do continue the fight. Refbot is looking on in the background. Look at this as he comes in. I do not believe this. Is this it? Have we counted out Disco Inferno? Is that classed as counted out? Refbot seems to be counting back again. What's going on with Refbot's counter? Oh, way to draw out the tension and the drama for 8, 10, 9, 10. Finally, we have a champion in the wars. Revolutionist has achieved the treble. Can you believe this? Such a robot, and this has never happened before. We have waited for years for Revolutionist to get the title back in their hands, and they have done so. I am in absolute disbelief and almighty awe for this machine. Revolutionist has conquered the arena once more. Kill-A-Lot on the edge of the pit there, but it doesn't matter. Whatever happens to that robot now, Revolutionist will be picking up its third trophy. Can you believe this? What a story it has been for Revolutionist for the 7th Wars, but for now, unlucky to Disco Inferno. It comes runner-up once again in the Wars, but no disgrace to the loss. Oh, cease is finally called as we draw a close to what has been such an eventful war. What a war it's been. One of my favourites to ever have been the pleasure to commentate to. But this was the killer blow, and Revolutionist, through all the fights it's had and all the wars it's had, I don't think we've ever seen it perform the way it has done for this series. And for any tennis fans out there, Revolutionist is the Roger Federer of Robot Wars. What an amazing war this has been. Revolutionist, its treble, as it stands proud above the arena. We are proud to call you our 7th Wars Grand Champion.